Hi, I'm Matt, and welcome to Less Dependent Wisconsin. Well, it was a beautiful day here in northern Wisconsin. I was able to get out and get a bunch of work done in the yard, and I got my potatoes planted. So I'm going to show you what I did this year. I kind of made a garden with chicken wire. We're only using straw to grow them in, seed potatoes, and some tomato stakes. And that's how I got it done. So I'll show you what I did. Let's get started. This year's potato garden is going to go in the exact same spot. I'm just going to do things a little differently. So first thing I got to do is work over the ground. All winter long I've been collecting wood shavings and quail poop and excess quail eggs, and I've added a little Epsom salt to the area, a handful for this entire area, just to get a little magnesium into the soil. But I'm going to take my trusty rototiller, I'm going to work the ground over, and we'll show you what I'm done and what'll be the next step. I took the rototiller to the whole area, and now what I'm doing is I'm cleaning up around the edge. I've kind of measured it out. This is going to be 9 foot by 10 foot. And so what we're going to want to do is just kind of dig a path, and then we're going to be installing a chicken wire fence. Okay, so you kind of see how I got that started. I'll get back to you when this is. The perimeter trench is dug. It's not deep, maybe an inch. So now we're going to start setting up our chicken wire for the fencing. I've unrolled the first piece of chicken wire just to get it laying flat. All right, so after I got it all rolled out and flattened, what I did, I have these old tomato stakes, and I just weaved them through the chicken wire. I did it every 2 feet. Now I went back and recalculated my area. It's actually going to be 8 by 10. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This will be the corner, and then we'll come down the side, and that'll be 8 foot. And then when I trimmed it off, I left a little excess on each end. So I came through with about 6 inches left over, and that's what we're going to drive that into the ground. And then once it's installed, we'll push the dirt up against it to kind of seal it in. So let me get this moved over there, and we'll start the installation. Okay, so I got it roughly set into place. There's that corner, and we're coming around to this side. So I'll get this all drove in and then show you how that looks before I install the front and the other side. So just quickly, this is the size of the chicken wire I'm using. 3/4 inch mesh, 2 foot height. It was a 25-foot roll, but we're using about 18 feet out of it, and then it's the 20 gauge wire. So I've got these 2 sections in place. I drove the stakes into the ground. I tightened the mesh to the ground, as you can see. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go along and kind of fill everything up, make it nice and flat. But the object behind this is we do not want critters getting in here. Last year I had a rabbit move in and have babies, and it was a mess. So, and the good news about it being 2 foot high is we're going to do this entirely in straw. So the first round of straw we're going to do is going to be up to about there, and then after the potatoes have grown some, we'll fill it pretty close to the top. So I'll get the second half built and installed. We'll start planting potatoes. The hard part's done. So we got the fence all set up. Kind of just put the 2 corners next to each other and tighten the chicken wire around it. And then I went ahead and leveled out all the dirt in there, so it is mounded up around the sides a little bit. Not so worried about rabbits getting in there now, but can't ever stop the mice. All right, so it's time to plant the potatoes. So here's what we're gonna do. I have everything marked in 2-foot sections. So I'm gonna do 1 row, 1 row, 1 row, total of 5 rows all the way down. Okay, and then here are the potatoes. I cut these right here. I just cut a few days ago, but they've scabbed over. We've got some good looking shoots. These are a little older. These are probably 2 or 3 weeks older. So I have cut these, but we're gonna go ahead and plant those. And then I had Kennebec potatoes, but I think my dog's been eating them. This whole pan was full, but we'll go ahead and I'll get these all set and then show you the final step for planting with the straw. I did want to mention one thing real quick about cutting potatoes. If the potato's big enough, you can cut it in a 4. If it's only got shoots on one side, you can cut it in half. Literally last year, I had some old potatoes that I was going to throw into the compost pile. I literally diced them up into about 1/2-inch pieces and was able to get potatoes out of the compost pile, or at least plants rather. I pulled them before any potatoes actually grew. So just keep that in mind. I got the potatoes all laid out now. Nice even rows. So they're about 2 foot apart and then about 8 to 10 inches apart on the row. So the next thing we're gonna do is I got a bunch of straw from a local farmer, $6 a bale. And we are just gonna top this with about 1 foot of straw and give it a good watering. Okay, it's all done. So you can see I got about almost 1 foot of straw in there. I did give it a good soaking, so the straw is a little matted down now. But at this point in time, all we do is wait. Okay, once we start seeing the shoots growing through the straw, then we're going to let them get 1 foot or so taller, and then we'll fill it in again with straw. But that's really all you got to do for potatoes. Make sure that and they get some fertilizer and some moisture. So, and then when it comes to harvest time, all I'm going to have to do is pull back one section of the fence and I can just slide it all right out. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Focus on being less dependent. We'll see you soon. Have a great day.